Welcome back to my channel. This is my makeup look today. Keep watching if you want to see how I got this look. And of course, you can always check the description box below the video for a list of all the products that I used on my face today. Setting spray for my primer. This is the tried and true Hangover setting spray by Too Faced. Mine is quite old. The sprayer is a little bit messed up, so I'm going to spray it in my hands. Just like 3 little sprays and just kind of put it on my face like this. The foundation brush I'm using today is this one by it Cosmetics, number 101 brush. I love this one for foundation. It works really good. And I'm going to use this foundation. This is by e.l.f. This is a foundation stick. I've not used it in quite a while. I'm not a big foundation stick person. The few that I've tried, they always end up very thick, you know, but I thought I'd give this one a try. Again, this is in the shade Ivory. It's the moisturizing foundation stick. I don't actually know if they still sell this one, but I still have it in my drawer, so I'm going to use some. If you can hear the dogs barking in the background, they're barking at a tractor or something, I think, so just ignore that. In order to make this, try to make this a little bit look lighter where it's not so thick and heavy. Instead of putting it on my face like painting, I'm going to just, you know, dip the brush into it and just go this way. And I'm not swiping. I don't really swipe when I do foundation with a brush. I just tap. This is looking pretty nice. I'm trying to make it like, you know, quite on the thinner side. I used to really be a big fan of a very heavy foundation, but I no longer am. For my under eye concealer, I'm using the Conceal and Perfect by Milani. I have the shade 110 Nude Ivory. Mine's almost empty, So before I go in with powder, I'm going to do a cream blush. The one I'm using is by Natasha Denona. This is the Cupid Cheek Duo. It has a blush and a highlighter, and I'm going to be using this blush. Just tapping a little bit on my same foundation brush. You gotta put a little bit on the tip of the nose as well. Time to set all the cream products in place. I love to use the RCMA Loose Translucent Setting Powder for this. So for my eyes, I'm doing a really deep, just midnight blue eye look. I'm going to have to mix and match a few different palettes for this. But I'm starting with one of these NYX Jumbo eye pencils. This one is called Blueberry Pop. And I'm starting off by tight lining my upper and lower waterlines with this liner. And it's alright if it's a little bit messy because I'm going to be blending a lot of shadows over the top. So the first shadow that I'm going with is from the Pretty Rich palette by Too Faced. So in this Pretty Rich palette, there's this dark blue right here. It's a shimmery dark blue called Set the Jewel Tone. I'm starting with it on this kind of smaller blending brush. Just a little bit of it on the end here, and then I'm going to start on my lower lash line. I'm swapping brushes to this smaller pencil brush. I'm going back to that Blueberry Pop liner, and I'm going to line underneath my lashes down where I'm putting that eyeshadow, kind of like in between the lashes themselves, just to make sure there's no gaps there that don't have liner or they don't have blue. And as I blend this, I'm dragging it downwards, but kind of fading it out as I drag it downwards. And I don't really want it to go much past my lower lashes. So now on my upper lids, I'm going to take my liner again. Technically, I think this is more of like a shadow stick than a liner, but so that's what I'm using it for right now, is I'm going to just draw it all over my lids. Just kind of messily like that. And then I'm going to take a smaller, denser pencil brush and start to tap this out. I'm using just small, short tapping, like swiping motions, but keeping them little because the shadow stick is quite thick. I'm swapping over to a smaller, pointier pencil brush to get the inner corner, just kind of blend it, but I'm trying to make sure I don't take it too far in. And then I'm bringing it and connecting it to the lower shadow on the bottom. So now I want to set that cream shadow, so I'm dipping into this Morphe palette. I'm grabbing this dark shimmery blue called Rise Up and just pressing it over top of all of the shadow stick on my lid. Also taking a little bit of that same shade and putting it on my lower lash line. So now I've got most of the blue that I want. I'm going to take a little bit of a fluffier brush, no new shadow, and I'm going to just blend out this top portion. It's a bit messy, so I'm just going to gradually just blend and fade it out. Just fade it upwards, just very slowly so that I don't do anything very drastic, just to clean up the edges a little bit. And I'm doing the same thing to the lower lash line as well. I have a little bit of fallout, so I'm taking a brush with some powder and just kind of cleaning that up. And then on the bottom of this eye right here, I'm going to press quite a bit of this loose powder because the shadow, I blended it a little bit too far down on the outer corner and I want it to go up this way like the other one. So I'm pressing quite a bit of powder right there, and then I'm going to leave it and just let it set. I want to do a pressed glitter on my lid. I have this dark blue pressed glitter right here in this little custom tailor palette that my sister made me. This brand doesn't still exist, but just use whatever dark blue glitter you have, or even just like a really shimmery blue shadow. Taking a little bit of it on my finger and I'm pressing it onto my lid, mainly just kind of on the center of the lid, and then like fading it out. The best thing to do when you're doing really heavy eyeshadows like this that might have a bunch of fallout is to either do the shadow before you do foundation, which I don't love doing, so I don't really do that very often, or put, like how I put this powder here, put a whole bunch of loose powder there, just press it. That way it's very easy to sweep away the fallout. I didn't do either of those things today, but those are like the best steps to take when you're doing lots of eyeshadow or really fallout heavy shadows, like glittery ones. I want to do some highlighter, and I'm using the Too Faced Diamond Light highlighter in the shade Diamond Fire. I don't use this one very often. It's a very pretty highlighter. I don't use it very often because it's very delicate, so it stays in a separate drawer. I'm afraid of putting it in like my makeup bag because it kind of fell out of the container. You know, it's a very delicate highlighter. Brushing away that extra powder I had underneath my eye. Take a little bit of this highlighter, put it on my cupid's bow and also my nose. I'm going to put this highlighter underneath my brow bone here as well. Take it on a small little pencil brush and do my inner corner highlight. So I filled in my eyebrows as well, and now the last couple of steps, I'm going to add some false lashes. These are by Kiss and the style is called White Shirt. I really love these. So while I'm waiting for the glue to dry on my lash, I'm going to start on my lips. So I'm starting with this lip liner. This is by LA Girl. It's the Perfect Precision lip liner in the shade Blushing. Over top of my liner, I'm using this lipstick by Milani. The shade is called Teddy Bear. And then I want to go over that lipstick with a lipstick that's a little bit lighter. This one is by e.l.f. and I'm just putting this one on the center of my lips. Oh, and I also put on some lower lash line mascara. And here's the completed makeup look. Here's a little clip of my outfit that I'm wearing today. I don't wear denim very often, but I have this denim skirt that I wear like once a year, so I thought I'd pull it out today. And these are some new boots that I've got recently. I don't know the brand off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description box. That completes this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching. If you want to see more content from me, you can subscribe to my channel. I post twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Plus, I have plenty of other videos to watch, plenty of different styles of makeup looks, so there's probably something for everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.